Okay, my favorite time of year is here. It is fall and it's time to dig out a bunch of my favorite fall lipsticks that work great for pale, cool tone skin. These are all ones that I have been collecting over the years. Usually this time of year, I like to wear lots of browns and rust and greens and just beautiful fall colors, and lately I have been absolutely loving those deep velvety mauves. There's a lot of different ones, so I'm actually going to try to go through them fairly quickly. I'll show you the picture, I'll talk a little bit about them, and if you are interested in the way they look, well then you can go and get them. I'll have all the links below. All right, let's get into it. Okay, let's start light. We'll just sort of ease you in. Start with some lip oils that are kind of natural. They're real easy to wear, but they do have a little bit of that sort of brownish or nude color that goes so much better than the pinks with whatever you're wearing this time of year. Elf has a great lip oil. I really like this one. It is very, very beautiful. They also have sort of a rusty colored one that I've done another little reel on before. That one's also really good for this time of year, but I mean, I think these are about $8. Really, really great lip oils and beautiful colors, just enough color to go with whatever you're wearing, and they feel really nice on your lips as well. Okay, I just got this yesterday and I have heard great things about Amicole, but I have never seen them in my Sephora. Well, they're actually there now, so I finally got to try this one, and I love the texture of this. I have to agree. I think it's Taylor Wynn who always talks about how these have the most buttery, luscious look on your lips, and I would totally agree with that. This is fantastic. This is the color Bliss. Again, it's a nude that is cool enough to work with our skin tones, and I think it's really, really pretty. This is actually one of my favorite new finds. I've been putting this over a lot of other things that I'm wearing because it just gives it that final little glaze that makes your lips just look luscious. Really like this. Okay. Now, you can't go wrong with the Fenty Gloss Bombs. Obviously, they are a classic. They smell wonderful. They feel wonderful. Beautiful colors. I have these two. They're both versions of hot chocolate, but one of them has a little bit of a pink and yellow reflect in it, and it's a little bit lighter and less brown, and then this one is more, this classic is more brown, and I like the ones with the sparkles in it. I think that any of the Fenty glosses are just top notch. You really can't get any better, and I absolutely love these slightly red leaning browns. That's what makes it so that our skin tone can actually wear this, and you can kind of build it up, but you don't have to. Really, really pretty. These are some of my absolute favorites, and it's got the nice big doe foot applicator, so it's kind of fun to put on your lips. Now, if you don't want to spend Fenty kind of prices, I do really like this NYX one. This is very similar. It doesn't have the same like real body to the gloss, but it's got that same really glittery, pretty color. And it's very, very similar. You just have to build it up a little bit more, but the NYX version is actually very nice as well. Okay. And finally, in the gloss category, I love these ColourPop ones. They're ultra glossy lips. I don't like a lot of their lip products. The ultra glossy lip, that gloss, those are really, really good. They just have a really nice texture, and this is that perfect rust color. You can either do it very lightly or build it up. I think these are really, really just a good solid gloss, and the ColourPop prices are way better. You can get them in Ulta, or you can get them from the ColourPop site. So this one is a really, I'll put the color up. This is a really great sort of rusty pumpkin color that also goes with a lot of the things that I like to wear this time of year. The final ones in glosses, I have really been enjoying a lot of the very sort of like that deep plummy mauve color for this time of year, that velvety color. In the glosses, I decided to try this Armani one yesterday, and I really like this. It is an interesting formula. It is kind of thin, but it builds up really, really well. And I like that a little more stained glass kind of look that it gives you. You can go really subtle or you can build it up. It's almost like a balm. It is interesting. It has a totally different sort of texture than I'm used to with a gloss. It's not like a gloss that's just sort of like wanders off your face. You kind of have to build it up, and it kind of sticks like where you put it. So I don't know, I thought this is interesting and I really like the color. Price is a little high, but I bought it for my birthday, so I splurged. So there's that. And then in that same sort of color range that I absolutely love right now, classic Clinique Black Honey. They have decided to make everything, including they have eyeliner, mascara, they have, you know, obviously the lipstick, but then they have lip oil and they have a lip gloss. They all vary slightly in colors, but I thought that the lip oil looked the most like that purple undertoned one instead of more of a cranberry red undertone one. I really like the color on this. I will say that for a lip oil, it's one of those ones that tries to sort of wander off on you on the edges, so you kind of have to blot it in, and you have to mess with this a little bit more to get it to look right. It is not my favorite lip oil kind of formula, but I love the color on this. I really do. And so I end up mixing this sort of with other stuff as well. But if you like the Black Honey Classic and you just wanted it in maybe a different format, I gotta say, this is really nice. It's such a pretty color and definitely works with our cooler tones. So I like this one. Okay, and finally, this is not a gloss, but it is somewhere in between. It is definitely balmy. This has been around forever. I actually just accidentally bought another one because I'm like, ooh, that looks pretty. Took it home. Already have one because I know I like it. This one is called NYX Filler Instinct in Sugar Pie. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit more of like a mauve. Not really. It is just this really balmy, beautiful formula. It is definitely more cranberry, I would say, but it is cool enough leaning that we can wear it. So this one gives you a very glossy finish. It's very comfortable. It does plump a little bit. There's a little bit of tingling cool, but not bad. And I love this color for fall. This goes with a lot of the things that I like to wear. Oh, it's such a good formula. This is really good. I wish they had more colors. They don't. They only have like 5 or 6, I think, maybe. But they've had this formula around forever, I think, because it is so nice. So this is a nice, just right color if you are doing sort of more fall. Okay. Okay, next we're gonna move into mattes, but first I wanna talk about these great new lip liners that I found from ColourPop. These are gorgeous. They are super soft. You can use them as their own, like a lipstick all on their own, and they definitely leave like a nice, just beautiful, rich, velvety matte kind of finish. They are a little bit cooling, plumping. It seems like on this, you know, like on the edges, I feel it. They smell great. I love these. These are gonna be great, especially with the colors here. They're gonna be great for all of the different sort of looks that I am going for and all of these particular lipsticks that I am showing you. So definitely recommend checking these out. These are new as far as I know. They've always had good lip liners, but these particular ones, they could not be more perfect for our skin tones and for fall, and I think these are gorgeous. So really great, cool adjacent colors. So highly recommend you check these out. Okay, now for mattes, here's the one I'm actually wearing today. I do like some of the Maybelline Ultimatte ones. This is a really nice formula. It's really, really smooth and soft, and it's not terribly matte, honestly. It's like a really comfortable, almost glossy matte. Normally, they just don't have a cool enough color for me that I like wearing. This one, if I am looking for rust colors, this particular one does work as a really pretty rust. So I actually really like this. Great formula again on these. I just wish they had more like nice muted mauve colors, but they don't. They have like that purpley mauve that looks a little cheap. I mean, I struggle with a lot of the drugstore ones because of that, but this one I think is great for fall. And I do, like, if you go and check them out, I recommend them just because the formula is good. So if you find a color that you like, definitely this is a good formula. So worth checking out for sure. Let's go high end. So Anastasia Beverly Hills, they went and expanded their shade range, which I'm glad. All of their first 6 shades were very warm undertoned, and there was nothing there for me. They finally have this cool mauve one. This definitely, I love this. It's very 90s, but it is truly cool. You can make it lighter, you can make it cooler. This does have this like powdery matte formula that is non-drying. It feels really nice. It's not like no budge. I mean, it doesn't like dry down, and that keeps it from being too drying on your lips, but it's really, really nice. It's very, very pretty. So, yeah, I mean, if you were interested in these before and you liked the formula, but they just didn't have something cool enough for you, this one is truly cool. And I do really, really like this. Especially, I'll put gloss on top of it, but that's not the point. If you really want that super like powdery looking lip without it being dry, this is really pretty. Now, something very similar, and I've done a reel on these before, are these Morphe ones. Both of these are great and very similar colors. They're a little warmer than the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, but they are both really, really good formulas. Doesn't feel dry, very, very powdery, velvety looking matte, much more affordable. I really like these. They're called the Soul Matte ones, and both of these colors, sometimes I really want this sort of, you know, like a little bit warm taupe color. I will wear a lot of this color during this season, and it still does work on cool toned skin because it's not so orange. It is just a little orange. So I absolutely love these. If you don't want to spend the money on the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, this is very similar for a lot cheaper. And when Ulta's running sales, you can get these for even cheaper. So definitely like these Morphe ones as well. Okay, now for the final of the mattes, I actually have a whole line of stick lipsticks. So these are all really good. The one I'm wearing right now is called Worthy. This one is beautiful. This is from Rare Beauty. Again, it's orange, right? I mean, on us, this is an orange. It might not be on other people, but for us, this is pretty solidly like a muted orange, right? But it works. It's something that we can actually wear. And if you are wearing the appropriate colors, this is gonna look really fantastic. It has a really cool formula on this. It costs a little bit more, but for a matte, it is a really, really soft emollient matte that doesn't dry down and leave you feeling dry. I wish she had more colors that I could wear in this. She has a very limited shade range and they're all kind of warm, but this is a really nice formula. So if you are looking for something kind of this color to wear, this is a good one. Definitely recommend this. Now, I've talked about this one before. If you are looking for a brown, a matte brown that is more something that is not so dark that you can't wear it, these Moira ones are gorgeous. Honestly, I really love this new lipstick launch that they have. They're all like nudes and natural colors, and they're all kind of muted and a little bit pastel-y and just really, really pretty. This particular one, which I've talked about before, is like that runway sort of catwalk 90s model nude, but it's one that is cool and that we can actually wear. And it's not so dark that I mean, you can wear super dark, but it's nice to have something that's a little more medium toned for us if you're super pale. So this one, I like the formula. I like the price because it's Moira, so it's drugstore price. I think they're like $8, and really good formula. They have a whole bunch of these. Most of them are not very cool toned, and I would not say that what you see online describing these is entirely accurate. It's certainly, I had to order them because that's the only place I've been able to find them. I don't have them in store anywhere. I mean, the reason I'm showing you what they look like is because they don't look like what the swatches online look like. So, but this one's good. I ordered another one. It was a little on the warm side. Pretty, but a little warmer than I was hoping. It looked like it was going to be like this color. It was not. Not at all. So this one's nice though. All right, back to drugstore. So this is a very similar color, honestly. Let me kind of, yeah, definitely. This has, and you can see it changing the tone of my lips right now. This one, definitely a beautiful matte. This is another really good formula, surprisingly. 978 All Out Pout from L'Oreal. This one is like a muted with orangey color, but it's got a little bit of that red undertone, just a tiny bit, and it makes it a little grayed out, a little bit more easy for us to wear without it looking like you're wearing orange, right? I think this is gorgeous. This is one of those go-tos. I think it's been around forever. Definitely recommend. If you're looking for one from the drugstore that is really a great formula, really cool color, perfect for fall, this is a good one. So definitely highly recommend this one as well. Okay, so still staying with the drugstore, but we're gonna move into a little bit of the darker mauves, but matte. This is beautiful. This is that same beautiful formula, but it's L'Oreal 435 Matte with Love. This one is a slightly more purpley, pinky, undertoned, but still, it depends on how dark you put it on, sort of mauve, and that works for this, you know, that plummy, beautiful velvet mauve that works for this time of year. So when you're wearing that sort of more purple undertoned mauve, this beautiful sort of deep burgundies that look so good this time of year. They're sort of the color of grape leaves when they start to turn, or dark wine grapes. It's just something that you really associate with sort of a beautiful fall color. Sometimes the sunset has that color in it. This one is really that same beautiful formula, great drugstore price, and it's got that beautiful sort of cooler toned wine color that is muted and mauve and velvety that looks really good with our skin tones. You can do this light and then you're going to see a little more of the color, or you can do it really dark and deep and heavy, and you'll see a little less of the color on it, and it will just look very velvety. So really like this also from the drugstore. This L'Oreal matte formula is actually, I'd say it is on par pretty much with like the Rare Beauty one. It is very velvety and just good. They do have a little bit of that drugstore smell to them that the L'Oreal ones do, but it's not bad. I find this to be a lot more high-end feeling than like a lot of their other more satin ones. They're still good, but you can tell they're drugstore, whereas these you really can't. They're really, really good. Okay. Finally, this is sort of drugstore, but this is Juvia's Place, and I've had these for a while. I absolutely love these. These feel very high-end. I love the shape that they have on this. I love this sort of velvety, muted out. I mean, it is a true matte. Gorgeous. You can make it dark, you can make it a little bit lighter and blot it, but it's very similar to the L'Oreal one I was just talking about, but it has a slightly darker, deeper tone. If you're looking for something with a little less of that pinkish pigment, this one kind of leans a little even more like muddy, and it's just, again, a really, really nice formula, very high-end feeling. I like a lot of the Juvia's Place stuff, especially I wish that this line of their lipsticks had more colors that I felt like I could wear, because they're really supposed to be for women of color. I think, I mean, you know, that's their target audience, but I like a lot of their stuff. They always have a couple of very deep, dark, cool toned options for their cooler toned, very deep skinned women. So I always go check out their stuff to see if there is something that I can maybe sheer out a little bit, but that is still going to work for me. And there usually is something. And this particular formula, they have a bunch of them. Most of them are a little too like pink for me, like orangey pink, but this particular one is really, really nice. Yeah, I think it works really well for this time of year. We're back to this formula here from Maybelline. These are great. So this one's $6.57. It is Nude Nuance. You can tell with some of these names, this would be like a nude on somebody. That is just this creamy, beautiful sort of rust color on us. And it is red undertoned, so that's how we can wear it even with our cooler tones. I'm just gonna throw it on top of this. It is such a nice formula. And there you go, you can see it just deepens this a little bit and gives it a slightly more red tone to it. But these, again, since they are drugstore, a great deal, but this is one of their best formulas from Maybelline. I love these. These, I think, definitely compete with high end. I like these better than like the Makeup by Mario formula. A lot of the ones, it's better than like the Charlotte Tilbury. All of those, this formula I think is a lot better. And I like some of the colors that they offer that those other lines don't. So this one, really, really good. And then finally, if you just need your brown, I have it. This is another Revlon one. This is like one of my favorite browns from Revlon. It is a true, very, very cool brown. This may be a little too dark for a lot of people, but if you're like, you didn't give me any browns, I'm looking for brown, here it is. This is brown. This is absolutely brown. It's got a nice little bit of a reflect, and it is, I would say it is cool tone, but if you really sit and stare at it, you can see the tiniest hint of red in it, and that's what makes it so that we can actually wear it. So I really, really like that formula as well. Definitely highly recommend it. Final little bonus. I'm wearing that super brown one from Revlon. I just ordered a palette from Adept Cosmetics. Love the quality of their shadows, and they put in as a free gift one of their lip glosses. These are gorgeous. So this is like a true, you know, like golden, a little bit of a green in there. This is like crunchy fall leaves. You can just put this over just about anything if you want that little bit of like golden green. Oh, it's so, so pretty. So this is kind of a little bonus one. I put this over a lot of stuff right now just because it is a really good formula, and it just adds the most beautiful sort of iridescent, holographic, golden green, mossy, beautiful. I mean, just perfect for fall. I mean, I'm gonna wear this all the time anyway. It's a little Halloween-y, I don't know, but I love this. So bonus one, that is a great topper if you are ordering from Adept Cosmetics. First of all, I highly recommend that you do because the quality of their shadows is so, so nice. But go ahead and make sure and pick up one of these as well, because I mean, if they don't just give it to you for free. I did not know this was going to be coming in my package, so I was super happy to see this. Really, really love these. Wanted to call them out because this is great. Love this. Okay, so that's it. As per usual, I've got piles and piles. I know that was a lot, but I kind of want to give you all a lot of different things to choose from. I have even more than this, but these are the ones that I personally have been reaching for lately and that I'm really enjoying. The weather here has been really, really fall-like. It just like, bam, summer's over, we're doing fall. I think next week it's going to be hot again, but I'm burning my apple candles and I am in the fall mood, and so I just wanted to share all the good ones that I just found when I went to Sephora and Ulta yesterday, and the stuff that I am digging back out because it's gonna go with my sweaters as soon as I start wearing them again. And I'm so ready for fall, It's when my birthday is. I'm turning 49 in a couple days, and I am just, this is my happy time of year. I absolutely love fall. It is my favorite. I love the colors. I love the sleepiness. I love the cold days, but not too cold. I love the long shadows and the sun peeking through, but at a lower angle. I love the leaves, the pumpkins. Okay, I love it all. Anyway, so I'm a big makeup dork, and the makeup goes with my mood. I love to surround myself with my favorite colors to really feel and enjoy each season. So there's my dorking out for you. Maybe there's something in here that you might want to go find. If you're looking for something that's just right, that reminds you of fall, maybe you saw something in here that is that one missing color that you don't have and that just gets you in that fall mood. So there you go. So hopefully that was helpful. And if you like this kind of content, I sure would appreciate a like and subscribe, as it really helps my channel to grow. And I really appreciate you guys being here. Okay, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and that maybe you're getting in that fall mood as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you next time.